What's up, guys? Matt Moda here with GoldBoys, here to give you 5 bets in 5 minutes. That's right, in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to give you my 5 favorite bets for tonight's NBA betting slate. We're talking Friday, February 7th. Before we could get into today's picks, we do have to recap yesterday, which was unfortunately another tough day. That's now made it 2 down days in a row. It's been a little bit of a brutal stretch that we are on. Unfortunately, that happens. We won 1 bet yesterday. We lost the other 4. Two of which lost by the hook. One of them was pretty tough. Norman Powell over 22.5 points, ends with 22. It happens. You gotta get past it. Hopefully we can turn things around today. With technically it's 6 more bets, but it's really 5 units risked, so I'm gonna allow it. But with our first one, it's a ladder climb. We're gonna go with Giannis over 30.5 points, and we're gonna go with Giannis 35 plus points as well, with a half unit on the 35 plus points. Really what it is, I love this matchup against the Hawks. He's played the Hawks twice this year. He hit the over 30.5 number both games against the Hawks. Didn't get 35 on either of them, but this is a good matchup for Giannis. The Hawks allow the 7th most points in transition, which is where Giannis scores the majority of his points in terms of play type. And then in terms of where on the court he scores the majority of his points, it's like over 70%. He scores in the restricted area. The Hawks allow the 3rd most points per game in the restricted area in the entire NBA. That's a death sentence, both of those things, going up against Giannis, who's just going to attack you at the rim. If you don't have the bodies to handle him, then he's going to do what he did the last 2 games and at least go over 30.5 points. So I love this one. I love this one as a worthy ladder climb as well. Next up, we're going to go with Joel Embiid over 5.5 first quarter points. Now, this was best offered at -110 odds at both ESPN Bet and Hard Rock. Right now, you can get it at -120 at Hard Rock, and I would still take it at that number. Embiid missed a month of basketball. Played last game, played 7 minutes in the first quarter, and still went over this number in 7 minutes. Now, he probably is going to play more than 7 minutes in the first quarter tonight. I mean, he played over 30 minutes in that game overall. So if he gets his win back, he's probably going to play closer to 9-10 minutes in this one. Even if he doesn't, he could still cash in 7 minutes. We all know that Joel Embiid is one of the guys that starts hot in the first quarter last year, which I get isn't perfect because he played all 12 minutes in the first quarter, but he averaged 11 points in the first quarter as well. He also hit this in all 4 games against the Pistons last year. The biggest issue with the Pistons is they foul. They foul at the 8th highest rate in the NBA this year. Joel Embiid lives at the free throw line. He's going to get 3 fouls on Jalen Duren alone in the first quarter. Could cash this at the free throw line. That's why Embiid's had so much success against the Pistons in his career, because he just lives at the free throw line. So Joel Embiid over 5.5 first quarter points. Next up, we're going to go with Jaime Jaquez Jr. 10 plus points. This is plus 140 odds at BetMGM. Really, really good matchup for Jaime Jaquez Jr. And we should expect him to play more minutes today, with the Heat having a little bit of a smaller roster due to the trade. None of the guys that the Heat traded for are suiting up tonight. So if we're just looking at games where he plays 18 minutes tonight, which is the absolute floor, he will play at least 18 minutes unless he gets hurt. He scored 10 or more points in 18 of 30 games, which again, with all the guys missing, he's going to play 18 games. He's also, 18 minutes. He's also scored 10 or more points in 13 of 19 games in which he's played 18 minutes without Jimmy Butler in the lineup, who obviously is no longer on the Heat. In terms of the matchup, the top 3 play types for where Jaime Jaquez Jr.'s points come from are spot up, at the free throw line, and via transition. The Nets are the 4th worst, the 9th worst, and the 5th worst defense guarding those play types. So really good matchup. We expect more shots, more usage for Jaime Jaquez Jr. That is our 4th play. And lastly, our last bet and ladder climb of the video, Isaiah Collier. We're going over 7.5 assists, and we're putting a half unit on 10 plus assists as well. Now, Collier has been amazing recently. He's had 10 plus assists in each of his last 2 games. I'm cool with continuing to ride that bad boy. 10 of the last 15 point guards against the Suns have hit their assist prop over, so it's a good matchup. And Isaiah Collier, in his last 15 games, averaging 30 minutes and averaging 13 potential assists. Even when guys are back in the lineup, Collier plays a lot of minutes. Now for tonight, no Colin Sexton. Collier has had 10 or more assists in all 3 games that Colin Sexton has missed. And he's gotten at least over 7.5 assists in 8 of 11 games in which he's played at least 25 minutes, independent of the matchup. No Jordan Clarkson tonight either. It's just a ton of positive data for Collier. So I'm comfortable riding with him to go 8 plus, to go 10 plus assists for a half unit on that last one. And that's all we got. I appreciate everybody for watching. Make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe. Check out goldboys.com. I'm on Twitter at JediModi, and have a good one.